to take a look at Surds, in particular, rationalization of the denominator. So let's focus on number 1. So we have root 3, the square root of 3 over 4. That is equal to the square root of 3 divided by the square root of 4. And to rationalize the denominator, we multiply by whatever square root number we have. So that is root 4 over root 4. We continue. Root 3 times root 4 is like saying the square root of 3 by 4. And root 4 times root 4 is like saying the square root of 4 times 4, right? You don't need to write this line. You can simply jump to here. The square root of 3 times the square root of 4 is the square root of 3 times 4, which is 12, right? And root 4 times root 4 is 4, because we know 4 fours are 16, and the square root of 16 is 4, all right? Root 4 is like saying 4 to the power of a half multiplied by 4 to the power of a half. The square root of 4 is equal to 4 to the power of a half, right? If you put that in a calculator, you get 2. And laws of indices will tell us when you're multiplying same numbers, we add the powers. 4 to the half plus a half, which is 4 to the 1, which is 4. So we know root 4 times root 4 is simply 4, all right? Yes, erase this here and continue. Next one. 3 minus root 8 divided by 5 root 8, that is equal to 3 minus divided by 5 root 8 multiplied by root 8 over root 8. So whatever is the square root number, we multiply it and divide it by that number. Continuing, we have to multiply root 8 by everything in this bracket. So we say root 8, open bracket, 3 minus root 8 divided by 5 by 1, because it have a 1 on outside here, is understood, all right? 5 by 1 is 5. And root 8 times root 8, we know root 8 times root 8 is root 64, which is equal to 8, right? So root 8 times root 8 is simply 8. So we have 5 by 8. So root 8 times 3 is 3 root 8 minus, when you're multiplying different signs, is minus. Root 8 times root 8 is 8 all over 8 fives. 40. So this here is your answer for part 2. Let's deal with part 3 now. Part 3 will be a little long, all right? So we have this situation, root 5 plus root 4 divided by root 5 minus root 4. So this is equal to root 5 plus root 4 right, and you're multiplying it by right. So we have the situation here, whatever is the denominator here, since we have 2 different terms that have square root. So that's why we say to rationalize the denominator, we say root 5 plus root 4. We change the sign. Whatever sign we have here, we change it. All right. Before we just had 1 term. The first one, we just had 1 term when we simplify it, right? See that we have 2 terms here, right? We're multiplying by root 5 plus root 4. So all you have to do is change the sign. If this was positive, here it would have been negative. Now we have to simplify. So this is equal to, we taking this term and multiplying by everything here. And then we taking this term, multiply by everything there. And we do that for both numerator and denominator. All right. So what we did, we take this term here, root 5, multiply by everything here, which is root 5 plus root 4. Then we multiply plus root 4 by everything here, which is root 5 plus root 4. We did the same thing for the denominator, root 5, multiply by root 5 plus root 4, all right? Subtract root 4 and you multiply by root 5 plus root 4. We're doing all of this to get rid of the square root on the denominator. Let's continue. So this is equal to root 5 times root 5 is 5. All right, so we're not taking any long cuts today. We're using the theorem. So root 5 times root 5, we know that is root 25, and that is equal to 5, or you can use the laws of indices root. Root 5 times root 5 is 5. The short way of looking at it is if you're multiplying the same square root with the number inside, it's just the number inside. All right. So root 5 times root 5 is 5. Root plus, because you're multiplying same signs, plus root 5 times root 4 is root 20. So 5 times 4 is 20. So it's root 20. Plus, multiplying same signs, plus root 4 times root 5 is root 20. 4 5s are 20. When you're multiplying same signs is positive. Root 4 times root 4 is 4. We're multiplying the same number inside. The square root of 4 times the square root of 4 is 4. And all that over root 5 times root 5 is 5. Root 5 times root 4 is root 20. So it's plus root 20. Right? Multiplying same signs is positive for both of them. Multiplying different signs, negative. Root 4 times root 5 is root 20. 4 5s are 20. Multiplying different signs is a minus. Root 4 times root 4 is 4. Right, so square root of 4 times square root of 4 is just 4. We established that already. Continuing, we're not going to go through grouping like terms. We focus on, we have root 20, we have root 20. So if we have 1 root 20 plus 1 root 20, we have two same terms. So that will be 2 root 20. We'll get to that just now. 5 plus 4 is 9. And root 20 plus root 20 is 2 root 20 because we have the same terms here. So 1 root 20 plus 1 root 20, that is equal to 2 root 20. Bear that in mind. All right, all over. These two terms will cancel out. 5 minus 4 is equal to 1. So 5 minus 4 is 1. So our answer is 9 plus 2 root 20. 9 plus 2 root 20. The idea is to get rid of the square root in the denominator. When we do all of that, this will be our result. All right. So that's it for Surds rationalization of the denominator.